And it says I'm live. Hopefully I'm actually live. And hopefully I'm not talking into the void. Hello, Fellow-litas. Petra, do you want to say hi while we wait for people to come in? Maybe your cuteness will summon them? I am here with Petra. I've locked her in this room with me because I am lonely and want company. And I figure if nobody shows up for the stream, I can just tell her fortune instead. Petra, say hi. Oh, no, don't go that way. Oh. Well, I don't know how many people are here. I know that this streaming platform always takes a little bit of time to warm up and actually update the number of people that are watching. So I'm just going to say hello and update y'all a little bit on what is going on in my life. As you can probably tell from the title of this thing, I have a bruised rib. Probably several bruised ribs, actually. It's not great. Does not feel very good. Sorry, I'm trying to mess with my phone here to see if I can peep what's going on in this chat. Can't even tell. Apparently, there are 5 people watching, but the stream hasn't officially started. Oh, now I'm seeing people in the chat. Hello, Iggins, and hello, Ashley, and hello, Faith. Hello. Thank you for confirming that we are actually live. Hi, Bethany. And if this is a small group, that's cool. We can just chill. It's awesome. Yeah, so bruised rib, that happened to me on a random Sunday practice. Sunday is open gym, so people just come in and do whatever. And yeah, we did whatever, and my rib is bruised now. It's a shame because I had just gotten to the point where I was wrestling practice matches at practice match night, which was like the big thing that I wanted to do. It was like my first major goal, my first major to overcome. So I got there. I went to my very first match night, had a great match with one of my trainers, and then immediately hurt myself. And it looks like I might be out of commission for about a month. Because I'm really not supposed to roll around on it. And things that make it painful make it worse, I've been told. So, yeah, you might see a little bit more from me this month because while it is extremely painful, there are lots of ways I can kind of just get dressed in a more casual way and do some casual YouTube-y content-y stuff. I also overexerted myself a lot at a convention last weekend. There's going to be a video coming out about that. But I can reveal now, since it's already happened, that to model for Metamorphose in the fashion show. So please stay tuned for that. But before that, just thank you all for coming out, spending your Thursday evening with me. I assume it's still Thursday evening where most of y'all are. If not, let me know if it's the wee hours of Friday morning or something. But I'm really glad to have you here. And I figured we might as well do something fun that will give me an excuse to dress up in something cute and casual. And also to break in this new tarot deck that I got. So one thing that I love about this streaming platform is it automatically unmirrors my video. I don't know how many of you are into RuPaul's Drag Race. Whoa, hello. Thank you for tuning in from Australia. RuPaul's Drag Race is one of my many obsessions. I love drag queens and I love competitive reality shows. Petra, are you screaming for no reason? I don't know if y'all can hear her. Let me see if I can get her to come over. Petra, do you want to say hello before you leave? This little coquette. Hold on. I know. But this is what you have to do. If you want to leave me first, you have to say hello. Yeah, I know. Okay. I tried, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm going to let her out, and then I'm going to keep talking about Drag Race. Petra, you are a violent girl. Violent and beautiful, just like your mom. Okay. That should keep her occupied for a little while. Anyway, this is a fan-made tarot deck where all of the artwork is based on various moments from the RuPaul's Drag Race franchise. As recently as season 13, I believe, of the main season. Really high quality deck. Have only really looked through it and looked at the art so far. Haven't really done any readings with it. So I thought it would be kind of fun to do my first readings with this deck with all of y'all. So got the artwork right here. If you're really familiar with the artwork of the original tarot deck, and you're familiar with Drag Race, you're going to find a lot of this really funny. I know I did. There's also a little guide that the deck comes with that explains all the different references, which is good because I haven't seen the RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under or pretty much most of the international seasons. I've seen Canada and I've seen UK, but only season 1 for each of them. No, I've seen UK season 2. And I talk a lot about Drag Race. I think a lot about Drag Race. It occupies a lot of real estate in my brain. So what better thing to add to my tarot collection than these cards? And plus, they're like rose gold on the side. They're just really cute. So my disclaimer for those of you who are actively interested in participating in doing a tarot reading, just a disclaimer, I'm not a professional. That doesn't mean that I don't, there's this dog in the neighborhood that just keeps screaming. Dog. We're just going to have to deal with the dog, and we're going to have to deal with the weird shifting light because I don't have anywhere else to film, and that's just what this room does at this time of day. So I do take tarot kind of seriously. I don't think it's a true fortune-telling thing. I don't believe that I am predicting the future specifically, as much as I believe that tarot can give you a lot of insight into your frame of mind, that the sort of widely applicable advice that the cards give can be a really good way to tell how you are feeling and help you make decisions when necessary, and can give you insight into your state of mind and your situation, even if it's not actually telling you what is going to happen. It tells you how you might want to proceed to get to where you want to go, or avoid going where you don't want to go. So I do take this seriously. I do kind of believe in this stuff. I've used tarot readings to make most of my major life decisions. Anything that I was on the fence about, I've used tarot to make the decision. So adopting cats and getting married didn't need a tarot reading, but choosing where to go to college, whether or not to study abroad, whether or not to switch wrestling schools, all sorts of stuff like that, where to move, I consult the cards and I get answers that I find helpful. So the way I'm going to do this is in another tab over here on my computer, which is in front of me where I'm streaming. I've got the Biddy Tarot website. This is where I go for the interpretations because I'm not so skilled at this yet that I've just got it all memorized. And I really like this website. I like the language. It's not like some places where everything is hit you over the head, heteronormative, super female focused or whatever. It's more widely applicable, and it's got the meanings and the reverse meanings, and I use reverse meanings. So that is useful. If you want to follow along and look up what I am talking about, I will be showing all the cards that I draw to the camera. So y'all can go on biddytarot.com. That's BIDDY tarot.com. And in fact, I'm probably just going to copy and paste this into the chat for y'all. So you can see I'm not pulling things out of my butt. This is actually stuff that is codified by tarot experts. And yeah. Last time I did this, I believe I went over how I recommend we all do this. You are in a position where you can sit. Please do sit. Get yourself comfortable. You want to be comfy for tarot. Try to keep your feet on the ground flat. Don't try to like cross your legs or, sit on your toes or rock your heels. It's better to stay grounded and try to turn off other things. So like music or TV, if you've got that on. I mean, obviously you've got me on, so we'll be in the moment together, but otherwise try to make it so that you're in the moment. And when you think about your question, try to think of it as something open-ended and not just a yes or no. There are a lot of cards that do have yes or no meanings, but not all of them have that. So instead of saying, should I study abroad in Paris? Yes or no. You could rephrase your thought as, what do I need to know if I want to study abroad in Paris? And then you'll get more out of the experience. So the way that I did this last time, I'm trying to remember, I believe I had everybody just kind of like go me and raise their hand-ish in the chat if they wanted to do a reading. This time around, I think it would be better if you just like start with your pronouns and then type your message, and then I'll go through them up and down. I should also mention that I do have like super chats and donations turned on. If for any reason you want to cut in line to make sure that I get to you before you have to go or something, and you super chat me, like I will definitely prioritize you. I suppose you could tip me as well if you wanted to, but that's not why we're here. We're here for fun and for camaraderie and companionship. So yes. So with all this in mind, I'm about to shuffle. Think hard on what you want to ask. And whenever y'all are ready, just start popping your questions in the chat with your pronouns, please, so that I don't misgender you. And I'm going to get these babies shuffled. And we'll just go down the list, first come, first served, I guess. Forgive me also if I keep smacking into my glasses stand. I'm working with very limited space here, and that's just bound to happen, I guess. So I really like the backs of these cards. I'll hold one up real quick so that y'all can see. They remind me a little bit of like Clo cards from Cardcaptor Sakura, but they've got little drag queen things like lips and a crown and rhinestones and lipstick and heels, which I think is rather fun. And I like that they're so symmetrical. It is a personal pet peeve of mine when tarot decks do not have a symmetrical back, because then you can't really do upside down meaning readings. But that's not what we are about today. So I'm thinking on it. I'm putting the energy into these cards to answer your questions. I still haven't seen anybody with a question, so please do drop those in the chat. And I will try to just focus on this until somebody says something. I'm going to do one card readings to make it easy and fast. I don't know how long I'll be going for. Probably at least until the end of the next hour. So like it's 6:45 p.m. where I am now. I would plan on going at least toward like till 8. as long as there is continued interest. But of course, I can't see anything as far as my broadcast goes to indicate that there's any interest at all. So if I can't get anybody's questions to come through, I will buy time by doing my own question. And we'll just have to see how that goes. I'm trying to focus, but I'm very interested in when... Okay, I'm starting to see a couple people comment with now's timestamp. Yep, if you are interested, again, just leave something in the chat with your pronouns and your question. Try to keep it open-ended. Stuff you want to know about work, school, love, Lolita fashion. If you want to know which direction your wardrobe should take. I don't know how we would do that, but I'm curious to try it. You can ask about friendship, family, money. You can ask about really anything that's been weighing on your mind heavily. The state of the world. I know the state of the world has been weighing very heavily on my mind. Can't be the only one. But we'll see. So I'm just going to start grouping these up together. I'm going to check my phone, which is actually using the YouTube app, and hopefully it will have more up-to-date or not. Oy. I have no idea what's going on. All right, it looks like I am seeing some questions coming through. So we will start from the top and just go down the list. Thank you for being willing to get a little vulnerable on this public platform. That's a mouthful. And talk to me a little bit about what you're going through and what you're thinking about. So the way that I do these readings when I'm doing them remotely with like friends or family, or people who have hired me to do this, which is like only happened twice, but I digress. What I usually do is I will point my camera at the cards and just tell them to tell me when to stop to pick a card. However, that's really impractical with the chat situation being what it is. So I'm going to use the method that I would use to choose cards for myself while focusing on your questions. I'm a Reiki 2 trained practitioner, and one thing that you can use Reiki for is like sensing the energy and heat in things, inanimate objects included. So what I will do in this case is I will use Reiki to determine what card I think pertains to your situation. And I hope that's cool. Let's get started. I'm going to add your questions here. Lisa Rose, thank you for asking your question. Will I get back my old relationship? That is a good question. I don't know if the cards will be able to tell you a definitive yes or no. However, I believe that when it comes to lost loves and feelings of wanting to reconnect with somebody who we have lost that relationship connection with, there is a lot that the tarot cards can tell us, both about where we stand with them, whether or not it's right for ourselves, whether or not it's a healthy thing, or whether that's really the solution to our problem. one of the cards in here. All right. Aha, okay. So I've just pulled the Three of Wands in the reverse orientation. Three of Wands. This is how it looks right side up. This is Raja from All Stars. I guess actually, yeah, this is the All Stars version. She redeemed her look that got her eliminated. Anyway, Three of Wands in reverse. Let's see what in the heck that means. The Three of Wands. In the upright, it symbolizes progress, expansion, foresight, or overseas opportunities. In reverse, it symbolizes playing small, a lack of foresight, and unexpected delays. The Three of Wands reverse suggests that growth and expansion are available to you, but you are choosing to play it safe and stay within your comfort zone. As a result, you are closing yourself off from new opportunity and limiting your own potential. What is holding you back? This card says it is time to spread your wings and fly. The Three of Wands reversed indicates that you have attempted to embark on your journey of personal development, but did not accomplish the goal you set out to accomplish. Unexpected delays and creative blockages may have popped up on your path. You're feeling disappointed, frustrated, and generally that you may have wasted your time by starting on this path. What you might not realize is that the setbacks are an essential part of your life's journey and will continue to contribute to your personal evolution. Similarly, the reverse Three of Wands can indicate that your plans might come to a grinding halt with unexpected delays and other frustrating obstacles. You may need to wait on others to complete a task, or you have underestimated time and work this project involves. When planning, add buffer time so that external problems don't adversely affect you. You may also struggle to put your plans into action and are feeling now that you have overcommitted yourself and are now worried. It's possible that you did not adequately prepare for the challenges on your path or that you were unrealistic about the risks associated with your plans. Break down your ideas into smaller tasks and make them more manageable and realistic. Conduct a risk assessment ahead of time to understand what your difficulties might be and create strategies to avoid or minimize those risks. So I am sorry to say that this card does not seem very favorable as far as reconnecting with an old relationship. This card seems to be telling you that it's time to cut your losses and move forward. It's hard to say why this relationship ended, if it was something external to the relationship or a recurring problem within the relationship, or if it was just bad circumstances. But going back to it is, according to the cards, not necessarily the answer. It seems like there's a source of comfort in that old relationship, and maybe that is what you're longing for, the sense of security and love that you felt in that relationship, more so than actually wanting to continue to move forward with that person. And the fact that the card is saying that you can, work around this by taking more time and planning around possible pitfalls means that if you are going to go back and invest more time in this person, you should really think about why the relationship ended, what you're prepared to do to fix whatever problem ended the relationship. So if it's something easy like location, I mean, that's not actually that easy. It's hard to move to be with somebody. It's hard to pick up your life. But if it's something simple and straightforward, then you can plan on executing that way forward. And if you're, if it's more complicated, like a mismatch in values or being at different places in your lives or having different goals in life, something like that, you can still find a way to meet halfway. It's just going to take a lot more investment than you might have previously thought. And I hope that answers your question, Lisa Rose. Thank you so much. No need to share or clarify in the chat. I know that this sort of thing is intensely personal, but while this may or may not be what you wanted to hear, I hope that it at least gets your noggin thinking and you can, make an informed decision for yourself moving forward. And just know that everybody here in the chat is rooting for you in love and in life. Just in general, we are a frilly community, and we wish you luck. So thank you again, Lisa Rose. All right, who is next? We're just going to blast through these as long as there's more in the queue. Also, if there's any follow-up questions, please do let me know. I will try to circle back around. I can always pull the page back up for whatever card we're talking about. And once again, that was the Three of Wands in reverse. All right. Next up, it is Faith Von Blah. And she wants to know, should she go and fly out to see a guy? That is a good question. Sounds like the theme of last tarot night was careers. Maybe this time it's love. Oh my gosh, I'm a love guru. All of a sudden. Okay, I'm sorry. I am taking this seriously, I swear. Flying out to see a guy, that is exciting. Very nerve-wracking. I've never done it myself, but I did have a guy fly out to see me, and it was a disaster. There were some things I wish I had taken into account before we went and did that. So let's see what the cards have to say. Should Faith fly out to see a guy? What does Faith need to know before embarking on this adventure or not? Okay, Faith, we've drawn the Three of Cups, and it is not inverted. This is straight up. The drag race scene depicted here is Mercedes, Iman Diamond, and Kahana Montrese doing their iconic opulence, you own everything meme moment. Oh, Puree, you said that your career ended up popping off? Heck yes! Oh, I'm stoked to hear it. Maybe there is something to putting this energy out into the world. Okay, so back to you, Faith. Let's see what the Three of Cups is all about. And let me take a sip of water so that I sound less like the Crypt Keeper. Ooh, cool. So in the upright position, it is celebration, friendship, creativity, and collaboration. If it had been reversed, it would be independence, alone time, hardcore partying, and three's a crowd. So don't think that applies to you. This was not inverted. So let us hope that this is all that positive stuff and not the negative stuff. The Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of celebration, friendship, sisterhood, and creative collaborations. Your friends and family are there to support you and lift you up to higher levels of success. Celebrate with them and enjoy their camaraderie. This card reminds you of the wonderful connection shared by the female characters in Sex and the City. Okay, this is ridiculous. Sometimes the Biddy Tarot does get a little off base. I'm a fan of Sex and the City, but I don't know if I'd put it in a tarot card reading. Let me skip ahead a little bit. Your friends stand by each other through thick and thin. You're always there for one another as you make your way through relationships, careers, and different life journeys. You will enjoy each other's company. You get the feeling that these friends will be friends forever, and you can count on them for support and compassion. When the Three of Cups appears in a tarot reading, you are encouraged to gather with your closest friends and have a good time together, talking, laughing, sharing, and creating. Together, you give and receive the love, support, and compassion that each of you needs from one another. You may be inspired to host a girls' night or a weekend away, or start a women's circle so you can join forces with like-minded people. The energy is high and you're going to do amazing things together. The Three of Cups often indicates a sociable period, such as a birthday, a wedding, a holiday season, or a vacation with friends. See it as your opportunity to let your hair down, forget about your day-to-day commitments and obligations for a while. Instead, spend quality time with your friends and family and enjoy yourself. This card also invites you to collaborate with others on creative projects, inspire one another to reach new heights. Collectively, you're working towards a common goal for the greater good of others, and by reaching out to others and banding together, you can achieve a great deal by sharing your positive energy and passion within the wider community. The Three of Cups is a creative card, suggesting that you may pursue a creative outlet within a group environment, such as an art class, dance class, or gathering. This is a great way to connect with others and to access your creative abilities. Interesting. The fact that this card even references travel seems to be a thumbs up, in my opinion. Like I said, there aren't cards that are always specifically yes or no, but the fact that your question was specifically related to travel and the answer within this card is associated so much with travel, I think that's a pretty good sign. However, based on the sisterhood aspect, the feminine camaraderie, and the creativity that this card expresses, I would encourage you to make it less about seeing him and more about seeing him maybe connecting with any other friends that might be out there, making new friends. Excuse me. And as a Lolita channel, I have to say, if you're going out to a new area and you can try to find some frilly folks to meet up with and make new friends as part of the journey, wouldn't that just be icing on the cake? You don't have to specifically spend all of your time focused on this one aspect of the journey. You can make the journey into something greater and learn a lot more about yourself, find new friends, collaborate with folks that you wouldn't necessarily have connected with on this trip. And I think by opening it up, you will feel less pressure, especially if this is a guy that you're kind of romantically interested in and entangled with, perhaps. If you think of it as spending time with him, but also exploring a new place. So, see if you can get in on a meetup, see if you can visit some museums, perhaps. Maybe see if somebody would be willing to go out with you. I mean, the card says plan a girls' trip. So I don't know if you have any friends or family who would be willing to accompany you. I'm sure it would be safer if this is somebody you don't know very well, for one thing. But if this is somebody you do know and you do trust, even, just having somebody there to be an emotional support to you could be really good and might be something you want to consider. Keep in mind that in reverse, third wheel is an option. So you don't want to bring along somebody who's just going to be a miserable third wheel, of course. But if you think that you could use the emotional support, try to connect with people that you know or make new friends along the way. That's what I would say. And, there are other ways that you can invite your friends into the experience as well. If you got any group chats or whatever, you can start off by sending some pictures to them, get them to hype you up about seeing this dude. Try to rely on your friends, but also go have an adventure. This card's about travel. Gotta go have an adventure. 3 cups. I hope that answers or gives you some clarity or more confidence in your decision to do this or not. And if you want to hear the tea on what happened when somebody I knew came out to visit me, I have no idea if he's watching, but my spouse would probably not appreciate the story time so publicly. So we'll skip that one. And sorry about that. All right. Next up, Bethany. She, her, and they, them. Cool. You have many hobbies and interests, and you're only gaining more. Same. What do you need to know about diving into these hobbies and managing them while dealing with life in general? Oh man, yes, I have been here as well. Trying to find the time to enjoy the things you enjoy can be a struggle because we are all slaves to capitalism. Let's see what the cards have to say about that. I have my own personal advice, but I don't know how well it would work for most people. So we'll see what the cards have to say first. Maybe they agree with me. Maybe they don't. Huh. It's weird to be like, oh, it's like right over here, right off the bat. It feels like it's on this like polar, like, I feel like I'm always trying to draw things from the middle, but nope. Energy's pulling me over here. Let's see. What does Bethany need to know about enjoying their hobbies? There you go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here we have Judgment inverted. Judgment is one of the major arcana. When they come up in a multi-card reading, it usually is like a giant arrow from the universe going, yo, pay attention. So very interesting to see Judgment in reverse. This is quite a card as far as the art goes as well. This is like a whole bunch of the season 3 queens doing comedy and lip syncing, and this is just some wild art right there. So let's see what the Biddy Tarot has to say about Judgment in reverse. I'm also catching up with the chat a little bit. Yeah, I'm not really the demo they're catering to either. More like my mom on Biddy Tarot. Oh, puree. I don't really collect crystals. It's something I've been interested in the past. Like I had a rock collection as a kid, but I didn't know what any of that meant. I just liked geodes and stuff. I like the imagery, and I'm very drawn to crystally things, like the meta magical stone JSK. But yeah. Cool. All right, back to the major arcana. Judgment. What is the number? I forgot already. Oh, yes, there we go. Okay, so Judgment. When it is upright, it means judgment. Go figure. Rebirth, inner calling, and absolution. Reversed, it indicates self-doubt, your inner critic, and ignoring the call. Oh, this gonna be good. So, Judgment reversed calls for a period of reflection and self-evaluation. You can do this through meditation or quiet contemplation, or you may arrive at a deep understanding of the universal themes weaving throughout your life and what you can do to change or avoid these situations. You may have kept them secret or hidden because you fear how others may judge you. To clear these past mistakes and regrets and any associated guilt or shame, work on forgiving yourself, accepting yourself, loving yourself, and find release and freedom. Judgment reversed often appears when the universe is trying to send you a message and invite you to something bigger, but you're not listening. Maybe you're afraid of the sacrifice you will need to heed the call. Or you're worried that you're not ready to step into a more prominent spot and you just want to play it safe. You are doing your best to pretend you didn't receive this message and are carrying on with your daily life, hoping it will go away. But let's be honest, the call will never go away. It will just get louder and louder until you pay attention. It's time to push past your inner fears and self-doubt and trust that the universe has your back because this is happening for a reason. Sometimes judgment reversed indicates your inner critic is coming through loud and clear. You may doubt yourself or tell yourself negative messages. This is impeding you from being able to fulfill your highest potential and be your best self. To overcome your inner critic, see it as a separate part of yourself. Maybe give it a name, hear it out, and acknowledge its fear and offer assurances that everything will be just fine. With focused discipline, you can break the cycle of self-criticism and replace it with more positive messages of what can be possible. I think the message here, Bethany, is so loud and clear. This is the universe screaming at you to pursue all of your hobbies and interests fearlessly. That this is what you are being called to do. Like, maybe everything in life isn't always perfect, and maybe it's hard to justify the time and money and energy that you are spending pursuing those hobbies, but they're creative parts of you. And this card is telling you that you shouldn't worry about what others think about these priorities, and you shouldn't let any self-doubt or fear of whether or not you are doing them good enough stop you from enjoying them. I don't know what all your hobbies and interests are. I assume Lolita fashion is one of them. So using that as an example, put together more cords. Dive headfirst into the fashion and don't pay any heed to what your friends or family might have to say about your choices, monetary or aesthetically. And, if there are haters or critics or people trying to give you concrete that are missing the point completely, you can block them out and ignore them, because just by doing this thing that you love, you are doing right by yourself. This is what you need to do. This is what's going to make you happy and drive you forward in life. If it's a new art form or a new pursuit in some other way, a craft, a sport, some sort of project, don't let any of your doubts hold you back. This card says, go for it. Go for it. And then, tell us how it goes. We want to hear about it. I'm very interested to see if you find this to be like, oh, yep, I've been scared. If you find that to be true, or if you're worried more about the judgment of others, or if this is really just about time management, because, that could be it too. Looks like you've said, thanks a bunch, Ellie, and to the universe. Happy with that reading and needed it so much. Lolita is definitely one of them. Yes. Don't let anyone stop you from being your really fantastic self. And thank you for participating. I'm glad you're happy with that answer. Let me scroll up and see if we've got any other questions. And drink water, because water is important to live. Thank you for participating again, Puree. You are going to be making a big move in a few months, and you're curious on how it will go. What should you be aware of, and will the move be smooth? That's huge. That is massive. Congratulations, I hope. I know not everyone moves because they want to, but I hope this is because you want to, and that you're moving on to some place that is, bigger, better, more affordable, whatever your metrics of good are. I hope it is an improvement in those metrics. And yeah, let's ask the cards. What does Ray need to know about her move? What are things she needs to look out for? And how can we make sure it is a smooth process? Smooth moves. Smooth moves. We only want smooth moves. All right. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles. Straight up and down, upright. And I believe this is Pandora Box from All Stars, for those who are interested. Let us see what the Knight of Pentacles is all about. Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. So upright, the Knight of Pentacles is about hard work, productivity, routine, and conservatism. In reverse, it's about self-discipline, boredom, feeling stuck, and perfectionism. And we certainly don't want that reversed meaning when it comes to a move. So this is probably a good thing. The Knight of Pentacles, upright. Like the Knights of other suits, it represents work, effort, and responsibility upon the dreams and ideals of the page. I guess that's in reference to the previous card in each suit. The Knight is the most hardworking, methodical, and detail-oriented character of the tarot deck. He may not, but he'll do the work to get the results he seeks, even if it is a highly repetitive or routine effort. When this card appears in a tarot reading, you are working methodically towards your goals. You have a plan in place and you are sticking to your schedule to get the job done. You might not work particularly quickly, but you are consistent, dedicated, and committed to your goal. Put one foot in front of the other and finish the job. This card also asks you to continue doing what you are doing, plodding along and making gradual progress. There is no need to your approach. Go with the flow, stick to your usual routines, and over time you will reach your goals. Great to hear that in a reading about moving. The Knight of Pentacles shows that you are a natural planner and implementer. You envision your goal, determine the best course of action, and then stick to the path with a methodical and relentless focus. I think there's an entire murder of crows outside screaming, so sorry if that is getting in the way of this. Perhaps it is ambiance. A little creepy. Little distracting. Sorry about that. The Knight of Pentacles shows you that you are a natural planner and implementer. Blah, blah, blah. When you are in implementation mode, the job will get done, even if it requires hard work along the way. Meticulous in your approach, you make sure that everything is planned and executed down to the tiniest detail. You will never leave a job half done. It is essential to you that you complete all assigned tasks and projects to a certain standard and that you follow through on your promises. Sometimes the Knight of Pentacles points to the more mundane or boring aspects of your life, the daily grind, repetitive schedules, household chores, and other responsibilities and obligations. You may be assigned a project or a task to do, and then you have to commit your time to see it through to the end successfully. With the Knight of Pentacles, you will be required to accept responsibility without any complaints or grudges. The Knight of Pentacles suggests that you are taking a moderated and conservative approach to your life right now. While you may be feeling that change is imminent, you are sticking to your tried and tested ways of doing things. You have established that you need routine and careful planning to achieve this goal. It may not necessarily be an exciting period, but at least you know that you are on the right path. Even if you are growing tired and want to quit, the Knight of Pentacles advises you to keep at it and you will eventually see success. That is good news. Like, I think this one's pretty clear. Of course, I don't know you very well, Ray. We've only just like chatted through YouTube. You're a parasocial friend, in my mind at least. But, you know, having a YouTube channel takes a certain amount of planning and execution. And this seems spot on for you based on my very limited knowledge of who you are as a person. Planning for a move is just one of those things that is often overwhelming and stressful, regardless of who you are, what type of personality you have, and what kind of relationship you have to personal organization. But this card is saying just keep doing what you're doing. Like, I don't know where you are in the process of this move, how prepared you are, if it's concrete or abstract, or, you know, if the movers are coming next Tuesday. Like, I don't know where you are in this process, but this card says keep doing what you're doing and good job, because you're going to get exactly where you want to be. Exactly right. That's so cool. A little mundane, a drama-free card. Probably a good thing when it comes to moving. I've had some less than good moving experiences myself, and I'm trying to buy a house right now in a different town. Just like on a personal level, I relate to the idea of planning for a move. I'm like already thinking about packing strategies, and I don't even have an approval for a loan, so I'm like way ahead of myself. But I hope that what you are doing is at this point much more set in stone, and that you're like really achieving that goal with steady progress, like the card says. Let's see. Aha, Ashley, you have asked a question as well. Is there anything I need to know about my Lolita journey? That's a great way you phrase that question. Don't even worry about it. What does Ashley need to know about her Lolita journey? This is a great open-ended question. This being like such a small kind of insular community, with so many like rules and parts of etiquette, and it's expensive and it's time consuming and it's high effort. Like, it's absolutely reasonable to want some guidance on how to approach it as a newbie. I know that I was very lost and kind of popped out of the community several times during my ETA phase, which everyone pretty much had one back when I got started in like 2011. But yeah, let's see what the universe has to say to you, Ashley, about your upcoming Lolita journey. Yeah, I'm really feeling it over here right now. The Queen of Cups reversed. And the Queen of Cups is, in this case, the Mermaid Runway by Aquaria. One of my all-time favorite runways. Aquaria is absolutely iconic little child. So, yes, Queen of Cups reversed. These cards have been all over the place. I know last time it was like 2 cards that were right next to each other in the same suit. Not so today. Queen of Cups in reverse. If the Queen of Cups was upright, it would symbolize compassionate, caring, emotionally stable, intuitive flows. But in reverse, it is inner feelings, self-care, self-love, and codependency. Interesting. Please explain more, Biddy Tarot. Whoa. Sorry, someone's trying to blow up my G-chat. I did not realize that was on. What is making that noise? Oh no, go away. Okay, sorry about that. Did not mean to kill the vibe. I think I closed the window correctly. Okay, Reverse Queen of Cups. I did not close the window. Where? Oh, there was 2 open. Okay. When the reversed Queen of Cups shows up in a tarot reading, you need to draw your attention inwards and focus on your emotional well-being. You're great at taking care of others, but now is the time to take care of you. This card suggests that you are emotionally drained because you have been so busy supporting others, but not yourself. You need to set firm boundaries with your loved ones so that they know that you love them, but will not take on their emotional baggage. You can hold space for them, but ultimately they are responsible for their own feelings and life experiences. They need to go on their own journey and learn how to cope. The reversed Queen of Cups could mean that you are wrapped up in other people's emotional responses and have created a codependent relationship that is not healthy for either party. You may be giving too much of yourself away, receiving very little in return. Or you may be inadvertently fostering dependency so you feel needed. Sorry, I'm adjusting my hot pack here. Examine your relationships and see where you can create a healthy detachment, where you can still give emotional support, but not to the detriment of one another. The Queen of Cups reversed is often a sign that your intuition is on overdrive right now. But to hear it, you need to give yourself the time and space to listen. It doesn't matter how busy you think you are. See this as your sign to reconnect with your intuition and tune into your own inner voice. At times, the reversed Queen of Cups is a warning that you are letting your heart rule over your head and your emotions may overwhelm you. If this resonates, ground yourself, express your feelings privately or with a trusted therapist or friend, and then work through why the feelings have bubbled up in this way. Be careful not to let your emotions overtake your life in such a way that you worry that you are losing control and perspective. Take some quiet time for yourself and meditate, maybe write in a journal, and find peace within yourself. Find a peaceful space to center and calm your soul. Listen carefully to your intuition and hear your inner voice. On the flip side, the Queen of Cups reversed suggests that you may be out of touch with your emotions or forced to restrict or hold them down deep inside. You may struggle to express yourself, instead bottling up your feelings. If you do not address these emotional issues, they will reach a boiling point. Your stress levels may increase. Your ability to cope with everyday problems could suffer as a result. The reversed Queen of Cups invites you to explore your innermost feelings and emotions to understand what makes you tick. Spend some time alone, just you, yourself, your journal. Connect with your feelings. Ask yourself how you are feeling, how you're feeling really. It doesn't matter whether you're experiencing positive or negative emotions, you're being called to listen to those feelings and honor them in the process. Interesting. So this doesn't seem super directly relevant to the question of Lolita in specific, but I wonder if you are experiencing any barriers to entry to Lolita, such as judgmental friends and family, or the stress of feeling like you need to feel perfect in your first ever chord, or that you're not going to be able to get the chord and the collection that you want because of the financial drain. All of these things, I think most Lolitas have experienced at one time or another. I do know a couple of very lucky Lolitas who decided to drop, $200 on their first dress, and their parents were like, "You go, girl. Yeah, you spend that money doing your creative fashion hobby. Woo, we approve." But those people are very lucky, and most of us have a much more uphill battle to climb that hill. That was a mixed metaphor, but I hope that I still communicate. This isn't an easy hobby. It's not the sort of subculture that you can just snap your fingers and get right into. There's studying involved. There's right and wrong ways to do things. There are a lot of really opinionated people out in the world, and it's a very misunderstood fashion and subculture. But, you know, this card seems to be saying that whatever these barriers are, they're pretty much internal. If you listen to yourself and you ask yourself, why do I love Lolita? Why am I doing this? Why am I stressed, feeling isolated, feeling anxious, feeling judged? And then you can get answers to those questions and just like really solidify why you want to do this and why it's worth it to you. You'll find a way to articulate why it makes you happy, and you'll find the motivation that you need to get through whatever obstacles are coming up in your path. Oh, I see you've just replied. You say, I'm super shy and worried about making a mistake and spending too much money. Yeah, same. Possibly. People I know would tell me off for wasting my money. Yeah, that's a big thing. I told my mom recently how much money I'd spent on the fashion altogether, and her eyes kind of bugged out of her head, like, And then her next question was, I hope you got that insured. And I was like, I should get that insured. Because yeah, it's an investment. And, you know, some people invest in going to 5-star, you know, fancy restaurants, and concerts, and taking, you know, photos to tag on Instagram and show off their fabulous lives. And some people invest in fancy cars or baseball cards or, you know, trips. People have different ways that they've found that spending their money feels the most worth it to them, to get the most enjoyment out of that money. So I hope that you're not discouraged at this point, Ashley. I hope that whatever mental or emotional blockage you are facing here is something that you can examine and analyze and become okay with, because we all have, you know, worries, especially just getting into the fashion, about what other people who are much more experienced in the fashion are going to think. I cannot recommend the Big Sisters of Lolita Fashion Facebook group enough. The search feature is amazing there. If you have a Facebook account, or if you can make one and join that up, everyone there is super, super helpful. You can look up stuff about brands you might be interested in, Lolita fashion rules. You can post pictures of your cords and get critiqued on them by people who have been way, way, way into this fashion for a very long time. And they'll only give you constructive criticism, which is really good. So, you know, take your time. It's going to be a process, but we're all here for you. We're rooting for you. So don't let the setbacks get you down. You're going to be okay. Just keep at it. I hope that's helpful. A little vague, perhaps, but helpful as well. Let's peek back at the chat to see if anybody else has joined who wants to ask a question, or if there are any follow-ups. Tarot symbology. I love this little discussion going on in the chat. Spoiler alert, I've actually been trying to draw my own tarot deck for a really long time, and the symbology is where I'm getting really caught up because I want it to be authentic. I've been working on a Sailor Moon inspired deck for like 5 or 6 years now. I'm not a great artist though, so it's been a struggle, but it's cool to find decks where the symbology is super clear, and just learn that. I find that I like having some like long paragraph that I can read on a personal level, just because the more information I'm given, the more I can like process it in the context of my own mind, I guess. I hope that makes sense. Ashley says, I can't post Lolita pictures on my Facebook. Family and coworkers would give me issues, and Facebook communities require many pictures. Definitely check out the Big Sisters of Lolita Fashion group. It's a private group, so if you post in there, the only people that will see it are other people who are in the group, so you don't have to worry about your family and coworkers snooping on you. You could also make a separate Facebook account. I know a lot of people have separate Facebook accounts for their Lolita and or cosplay stuff, without making like a page, but just like an actual account. I have even considered making a separate Lolita account, because I had a weird experience where I realized that people knew me from YouTube and would like comment on things that I say as if they were of different level of importance because of my platform when I responded to things. And that made me a little weirded out. But that's a me problem. Anyway, Facebook groups. And if that's not really an option for you, there are Discord servers as well. There's a I'm hoping somebody in the chat knows the actual full name of the server. There is a Lolita, like big sister, little sister Lolita mentoring server, I think is what it's called, something like that. Plus size Lolita advice is its own server, I think. And then there's like a lot of different like local servers. I'm trying to remember because I'm in one right now for Bay Area K. I just joined it to do Metamorpho stuff, but I've been really enjoying the community, like knowing that there are other Lolitas in the area who want to chat about stuff, and there's an entire like chord advice sub chat thing. So if you can get Discord, you can get it on your phone if you've got a smartphone, and just ask around online, see if you can find some community near you, or if not, just look for the Lolita Mentor group. And hopefully that will be a good resource for you, because you should not be going at this alone. Let's see, what else? Oh, thanks, Helena. Let me know if you want to ask a question. I've run out of tarot questions, so if anybody else watching is interested, definitely pop your pronouns and your question in the chat, and I will get to it. Of course, if there's nobody and nothing, then I guess we could end earlier than I had planned. That's cool too. Lolita Fashion Mentoring. Thank you, Hope of Dawn. Thank you, Lolita Fashion Mentoring. I'm actually not in that group. I don't use Discord a lot, except for like D&D games. But anyway, yes. Find your mentors. They will be able to tell you more about local groups as well, and like events and stuff. Oh, speaking of events, R.I.P. Paradiso. I'm very sad that I will never get to go to one. That's next week or the week after, I think. That's a good one. I've heard. I've seen a lot of vlogs and photos and stuff. Looks like a good time. Wish I could go. Bethany says, trying to hold off on more questions since you're right in the high of the last one. That is totally understandable. Maybe I will ask myself a question. I don't know. What would my question be? I don't know. Let's see. What could my question be? What am I comfortable sharing? Let's see. All right. Okay, here's the story time. I'm on a dress buying embargo. I am really trying hard not to buy any more dresses because my closet is completely overwhelmed. I'm excuse me, wow. I'm completely out of space. Everything is so crammed in there that I'm not even sure it's like good for the dresses to be that compressed. It's like being in a space bag or something. And I've been trying to buy more skirts and stuff so that I can integrate Lolita into my daily wear. But I'm having trouble with the attachment that I feel towards my wardrobe. I find myself attached to the potential of dresses that I've never worn. Some things I've been holding on to that don't fit me and never did, but I bought them because I felt drawn to them. They were dream dresses or something, and I just wanted to have them. And some things that I've been holding on to for years and never wore because I've been holding on to the idea of a specific event or occasion in which to wear them, things like that. So I am going to ask the cards, what can I do to prioritize my closet? How can I let go of some dresses to make room in the closet and in my heart for new and better things, or just things that will serve me better, I suppose? What can I do to make my closet serve me and optimize it? So I got the 10 of Cups. Okay, so the 10 of Cups upright. This is some interesting artwork. I don't know how many people have seen RuPaul's Drag Race UK season 2. This is this like Eurovision challenge that they did called UK Hun. Such an earworm. Bing bang bong, sing sing song, ding ding dong, UK Hun. Anyway, this actually says bing bang bong, sing sing song, ding ding dong. Anyway, incredibly stupid. I love it. Total earworm. One of the best original songs from the whole franchise. And it's on the 10 of Cups. So let's see what the 10 of Cups is all about. Ten of Cups upright. Divine love, blissful relationships, harmony, and alignment. When it's reversed, it's disconnection, misaligned values, and struggling relationships. Ooh. Glad this was not reversed for me. Let's see. 10 of Cups upright. The 10 of Cups embodies happiness, joy, and emotional contentment, particularly in your relationships and family. You've created an abundance of love and happiness in your life, and you now share this love with others, expanding your heart even more. This card often appears when you are surrounded by your loved ones, with whom you share a powerful and deep connection. You appreciate and support one another, and together you help each other reach your highest potential. It brings you so much joy to see your loved ones succeed and live happy lives. The 10 of Cups is the happy family card, suggesting that your family relationships are harmonious and loving right now. No one is fighting or causing tension. All family members are getting along with each other and sharing in love and happiness that surrounds you. This card may appear in a reading when you are spending more time with family, perhaps on a holiday or at a reunion or event, where you can relax together, creating fun, happy memories and strong bonds. The 10 of Cups is a positive card for romantic relationships and may indicate a new and blissful relationship or a long-term commitment, such as engagement or marriage, starting a family together. Oh my God. You share an everlasting love and may believe that you are soulmates destined to be with one another. When the Ten of Cups pops up in a tarot reading, you have a sense of wholeness, completion, and alignment in your relationships with others. You're experiencing an idyllic state of peace, harmony, and love where your dreams and wishes have come true. Take a moment to step back and appreciate everything you have accomplished. You created a life of connection and bliss by following your heart and trusting your intuition. The Ten of Cups encourages you to follow your heart and trust your intuition to lead you to the opportunities aligned with your highest good. Your feelings and emotions will guide you. When something feels fantastic, do more of it. And when something doesn't feel right, do less of it. Allow your inner guidance to lead the way. Seek out opportunities that fulfill you and align with your personal values instead of following the path that others expect you to take. So basically, my interpretation of this, and if you have an interpretation, please do pop that in the chat. But I'm pretty sure the cards are telling me that my dresses love me and that I'm in a committed relationship with them and that they love my YouTube channel and my success. And I definitely want to have babies with my wardrobe. Okay, I'm being a little silly. I think what I'm going to focus on is the idyllic state of peace and harmony where your dreams and wishes have come true, and letting my feelings and emotions guide you at that whole bit, and finding opportunities to wear the fashion sounds like is one piece of advice that the cards are giving me. Like, seek out and find ways to connect with this thing that I love. So that sounds great. Perhaps it's time to reread The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up and like remind myself of what sparking joy really means, and try things on and get rid of. I should say get rid of. It's not like I'm like putting them in a ditch or throwing them away or whatever. Just like sell and move on to better places, the stuff that is not serving me as well as it could. And only keep the stuff that makes me feel fantastic. Because it does say when something feels fantastic, do more of it. When something doesn't feel right, do less of it. Like that has very much been my Lolita ethos. So I think it's just telling me really that I need to do another closet cleaning live stream. It's been almost a year, I think, since I did my last one. Maybe it's been over a year. Anyway, I think that answers that. Oh, we got another question. Jade, let me answer your question. What kind of future will you have at your new job? First of all, congrats on the new job. That's fabulous. I'd love to hear it. Make that bread. Buy that brand. All right. What kind of future can Jade look forward to in her new job? What is this new job going to hold for Jade? Those crows are still going at it. The Four of Swords inverse. This looks like Raven and Tyra Sanchez from season 2. Swords reversed. Let us see what we have for swords. Swords is an interesting suit to pull when you're asking questions about career and stuff. It's often about like balance and like forward movement and like force sometimes. Anyway, it's interesting. Four of Swords. In an upright, it would mean rest, relaxation, meditation, contemplation, recuperation. In reverse, it says exhaustion, burnout, deep contemplation, and stagnation. Whew, girl. That is not what you necessarily want to see when asking about a new job. But you know what? Maybe this is a warning. And maybe there will be some advice in here about how to avoid those things. Let us read on. The Four of Swords reverse sends a powerful message that you need to take time out to rest and recharge energy. You may be working long hours, giving your time and energy to others in need, or involved in a highly stressful and demanding undertaking. You are close to exhaustion. Your energy reserves are running low or on empty. You do not stop and take much needed rest now. You may crash and burn out completely, rendering yourself completely ineffective and unable to help anyone. Whew! The reversed Four of Swords is calling you to withdraw from your external world and retreat within. Now is time for a social media detox, a weekend escape, or a silent retreat so that you can focus your energy within and find peace once again. Use a daily meditation to calm your mind if that works for you. The Four of Swords reversed can show that you are restless and wanting to do everything at once, but your body is telling you that you need to rest and relax. Your mind may push you forward, trying to carry out a long list of tasks and make you sick or stressed as a result. So it is vital that you force yourself to take it easy and make sure you do not run yourself into the ground. Busy time is okay, but be careful not to push it so far that you end up hurting your health and well-being. If you need a rest, rest. Even if it's just a quick nap on the weekend or a 20-minute meditation every day, something that can rebalance your energy reserves and get you ready for even more productivity is a must. The Four of Swords reverse can also represent stagnation and a lack of action, leading towards increased frustration. For example, a long-term marriage. Oh, that doesn't make any sense in this context. You may need to take a break and come back to your situation when the energy is flowing better. Similarly, the Four of Swords reverse suggests that you are frustrated with the lack of progress and change in your life. Part of this lack of change may be due to your passive approach. There have been possibly situations that were frustrating to you or that you were unhappy with, but you chose to wait it out and hope that they would eventually change. If you have been waiting, now you're feeling the ramifications of that choice, and it is time to spring into action. Okay. So that sounds kind of cataclysmic a little. Like, that's a little scary. That is not what you want to hear necessarily when embarking on a new job. But if this is such a new job that you don't really know what all you've gotten yourself into yet, this is a warning to moderate yourself, to take it easy, to go slow and pace yourself, and to make sure that you're not going to overexert and kill yourself in an effort to do well in this new position. There's also a chance that because we are all slaves to capitalism, that what looked like a really good opportunity at first may have some strings attached. If somebody is expecting from you to put in extra hours, put in extra effort, just make sure that that is being rewarded, and make sure that you are able to take the time you need to rest and prioritize yourself and your mental health and your physical health through all of it. Because, you know, the boss is the boss. So many of us are forced to work in situations where, you know, we're a cog in a machine. We're not people. That can be scary when you're going into a new situation and you have expectations and hopes and dreams about how it will turn out. But this card is telling me that whatever situation you find yourself in, it's all about boundaries. If you find yourself getting so stressed that it's impacting the rest of your life, and especially your health, pull it back. Put some good boundaries in place, stand your ground, make sure that you are getting the rest you need so that you do not burn out, because if you do burn out, it will be devastating. So this card is telling you to avoid burnout, that burnout is a potential. It's a possibility. It also is telling you that if you've been kind of coasting, now's the time to act. So I think, you know, based on the like strong messaging and like imagery in the card, it's probably more so the former than the latter. But you know your situation. You know what your anxieties and fears are going into this new job. And if work-life balance has been a concern of yours at all, this card is a warning to take that very seriously and make sure you are keeping time and space for yourself. I hope that's helpful. I know that's kind of a catastrophic, horrible thing to hear. But again, this isn't me telling your future that you're going to be miserable and burn out. This is a warning that you can prevent it. So the future is not set in stone. You got this. You just got to stay strong. Make sure you're keeping good boundaries. And I hope that helps. And let's see. It is 7:56. I know I said I'd go till 8. Looks like I've got a couple more. I've got a couple more questions. I'm going to cut the questions off here. So the last one I've got is from Helena. Anybody else who wants to, I'm sorry, I will try to schedule another thing, but I'm going to get through these last questions and then we're going to call it a night. And I hope that's cool. It takes a lot of energy to do all of this. And I'm quite parched constantly. So we'll go on to the next. Everybody wish Jade luck, though. You got this, Jade. You got this. You're going to do great. Kick ass. Take it. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss. I hope I don't get demonetized. You're going to do great. All right, next question is from Last of X. And they ask, or say, rather, they've recently been watching others around them change while I stayed the same. I'm wondering what the future of my current friendships will be. That really emotionally resonates with me. I have been there as well. I think a lot of people can probably relate to that. All right. Let's see what the cards have to say about you, X. I'm going to keep calling you X because the Last of X is a little bit of a mouthful. Hope that's okay. Hope you don't mind my nickname. All right. We've pulled the Queen of Swords in reverse. Who dat? I honestly have no idea who this queen is. Whoops. But yes, Queen of Swords reversed. And also I'm going to take off my bracelets because they're starting to bug me. If you have sensory issues in Lolita, yay, we're in the same club. Okay. Queen of Swords in reverse. Another reversed swords card. Right after that last one. Let's see. In an upright position, this card would represent independence, unbiased judgment, clear boundaries, and direct communication. Oh boy. In the reverse, the card represents overly emotional, easily influenced, bitchy, cold-hearted. I feel like this queen has just stabbed me with her sword. Let's get some context for that, shall we, X? The Queen of Swords reversed points out that you may allow your emotions to get the better of you as you put your heart before your head. You may be emotionally involved in a particular issue, and it could be distorting your perception of the situation at hand. You need to use your head a bit more to understand what is happening and read the signals more accurately. Take an objective look at what's going on and decide what you need to do next. The reversed Queen of Swords suggests that your relationships are clouding your usually clear vision. You are allowing others to dominate you and negatively affect your ability to make decisions. You hesitate to pursue your plans because you don't want to rock the boat or disrupt your relationships with others. At the end of the day, however, you need to be more hard-edged, confident, and assertive to be successful. Sharp analysis, objectivity, and careful consideration of, but not necessarily choosing, the alternatives are essential right now. At times, the reversed Queen of Swords can come across as cold-hearted, resentful, and bitchy, particularly as devoid of any emotion or compassion for others. This card may represent a part of yourself or someone else you are trying to deal with. You may be putting others off and losing your supporter base, isolating yourself from others, and being seen by them as narrow-minded, intolerant, or mean. How can you change their perspective? Wow. Going back to your question, you said that you've noticed others are changing, but you are staying the same. This card is saying that your inability to change seems to be tied very much up in what other people expect from you or have put onto you or have burdened you with. You don't want to disrupt your relationships with others. It could be that the relationships changing is what you need to do to move forward and grow as a person. And this card seems to be telling you to look inward and see if there are messages that they have given you about what they need from you that you could be doing better. But also ask yourself if those relationships are serving you in the same way that they used to. I don't want to get emotional on your behalf. This is hard. People grow apart, and sometimes it's just a matter of changing priorities, and sometimes it's about conflict, and sometimes it's about mutual misunderstandings or a difference in values. And the older you get, the more people you will leave behind in your life. The important thing is that if you feel like you are being left behind, you have a choice. You can reach out to those people and ask them what they need from you. And you can examine whether or not you are willing to do the work that they would like you to do for them. This isn't an easy card. This isn't an easy situation by any means. But basically, if you're trying to be friends with the Queen of Swords in reverse, she's trying to push you away. So by all means, fight for your friendships. Try to change and grow, but only in a way that makes sense for you and that serves you. You are your own person. Your friends are not entitled to any sort of development from you, and you have to grow at your own pace. And everyone grows at a different pace. So I'm really bummed that this is happening to you. I'm really sorry that you're going through this, and I hope that you feel less alone. Just knowing that this is something that a lot of people go through. But it's not over. Just because it may feel like people are leaving you behind doesn't mean that they're doing that intentionally. You can catch up to them if you want to. It just might take a little self-reflection and analysis. Whew, and that was a little heavy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. We're all rooting for you, though, and we'll be your friends as well. And I hear my cat screaming at me. I don't know if y'all can hear her, but I'm gonna let her in real quick, and then I'm going to answer the next question. which is from Alice. Be right back. Riho, what is up? Come on in, little girl. Yeah, you can come in. Riho, you know the deal. If you come in while I am filming, you have to make a cameo. Do not fight me. Just say hi. Riho, just send your good vibes to everybody in the chat. Riho. Riho. Oh, holding cats when you've got a bruised rib is really a hit or miss experience. And immediately she wants to leave again. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. Oof. Okay, get out of here. Get out. Shut up. Oh, she is my craziest and neediest cat. Okay. Alice says, hi, Ellie, longtime watcher, first-time caller. This is vague, but will my future career make me truly lose it once and for all? Ooh, high burnout, high BS careers. Are you in sales? Are you a lawyer? Let's see. What can we find out about Alice's career? What do they need to know about burnout? We've already had one burnout card. I wonder if we'll find another one in here. Hopefully not. There's just like this big chunk of cards that I need to separate in there. Okay, here we go. The Chariot in reverse. Chariot's another major arcana. So that's the universe's big arrow in neon pointing. Pay attention. The art for this card is Shangela coming out of a box in her All-Stars entrance, I think. The fact that I know all this stuff is proof that I have spent too much time on this reality show, by the way. Judge me all you want. I'm unashamed. Competitive lip syncing is my favorite sport. Okay. The Chariot in reverse. Let's see. Did I scroll by it? Yes, I did. I should really just go by the number. Number 7. 5, 6, 7. There you are. Okay. In an upright orientation, the Chariot is about control, willpower, success, action, and determination. In reverse, however, which is what this is, it's about self-discipline, opposition, and a lack of direction. Let us see what the context for that could possibly be. Upright, the Chariot is a green light to move ahead with a key project and push past any obstacles that might impede your desired outcome. In reverse, however, the Chariot tells you to back the truck up. It actually says back up the trunk, but I just had to say back the truck up. Okay, you might bang your head against a brick wall trying to push a project forward, and then really you ought to be backing off or changing direction. You might have lost your motivation and no longer feel as committed to the outcome as you once did when you started. If something is not moving you forward as planned, reevaluate the situation and check in to see if it's a sign that you need to change course. Then ask yourself, is there a deeper reason things have become more challenging, and what lessons can I learn from this? At times, the Chariot reversed is a warning that you are letting obstacles and challenges get in the way, preventing you from achieving what you set out to do. It's all getting too hard and you don't have the will to go on. If that resonates, stop for a moment and think about the things that matter most to you and why you want to achieve this particular goal. Will you allow other people's opinions to sway you or give up as soon as the going gets tough? Will you follow through on your commitment because it is important to you? Before taking action, the Chariot reverse may be a hint that you are focusing your energy and attention on your internal process, such as self-discipline, inner determination, and personal commitments. You may hone in on the intentions that align with your higher self, or you can use visualization, meditation, etc. to make sure your energy aligns with your goals. These internally focused actions are essential so that when the time comes to act, you will be ready. If you are someone who likes to have command over your destiny and know where you are heading, take this opportunity to tighten the reins and become more disciplined in what you are doing. While feeling a loss of power can be quite demoralizing, the key is to look at what you can control and what you cannot control. Do not allow yourself to worry about what is out of your grasp, as you cannot change it now. Instead, focus your energies on what is in your control. Examine what you can do to improve your situation. Similarly, the Chariot reverse suggests that you may be trying to manage every minute detail in your life, but in doing so, you feel even more out of control. Loosen your grip and let things run their course. Be open to offers of help, and then be grateful for the help you receive, even if it's not perfectly aligned with your expectations. You do not always have to be in the driver's seat. So if you are in one of those high burnout jobs where you are very stressed, again, I don't really know the context here. I don't know what your job is. Perhaps you have replied. Oh, yes, oofs. I'm not sure which part of this feels the most true to you, but this card in this presentation can either mean, back up and back out, if that is what feels right, or it can mean let go of some level of control so that you don't have to assume as much of the stress as you've taken on. And you can, assess as to whether or not you think that the struggle is worth it. Because with any high stress job, there's usually a great level of passion. And if you don't have the passion or some other external motivation to keep going, or if that external motivation is just not doing it for you anymore, it might be time to find a different direction. If, however, it's something you are extremely passionate about, this card recommends that you try to reconnect to that original reason. If you are a teacher and you've felt, ignored and under supported and just demoralized by the state of the world, for example, you might find it helpful to think about what got you into this in the first place. What drew you to this role? What will make it continue to be worth it? And what will really cross the line and make it not worth it anymore? This is a card of change. This is a major arcana, major arcana show up a lot when we are facing big shifts in our lives. And the fact that you're even asking a question about this makes me feel like maybe you already have some doubts and some questions within yourself as to whether or not you will find it to be worth it. Oh, you've replied. Going into clinical social work as a neurodivergent disabled brown person. Oh boy. Yeah, you've got a tough hill to climb. We need social workers right now. That is like, when I think about, not to get too political here, but if we were to defund the police and reallocate those resources, I would want it pretty much all to go into social workers. We have a severe lack of diversity within that field. Also, you being neurodivergent, disabled, brown, and I assume to a certain extent non-binary, possibly gender non-conforming or fluid, purely based on your pronouns. Forgive me if I'm way off base here and assuming a lot about you. Like having social workers that you see yourself in, having a trusted authority figure who is there for you as a resource, who resembles you, who can relate to you. I cannot imagine how important that is for somebody who exists at the same or similar intersectionalities that you exist in. That does sound very high burnout, high BS. I have a couple friends who are social workers. I have a couple friends who are trying to become social workers and they can't even like get into the programs they want because everything is so impacted right now. Just know that your reasons for choosing this are still important. Like whatever set you down this path in the first place, that is what's going to get you through. And if you need to back up and change tack and just like adjust to protect yourself, then do that, because your being there is already going to do so many people so much good. Like the world needs more social workers right now. Not to put any of my pressure of expectations on you either, you know, just like if this is what you're doing and it's what you're drawn to and it's your calling, then even on the bad days, even when you're frustrated, even when everything feels hopeless, just know that by being there, by doing what you are doing, you are making incremental changes towards good and a better future. And that's awesome. So I really hope that this has given you some sort of insight. Definitely take the time and space you need as you embark on this career to honor your needs, because you know how they say on airplanes, you know, like you put the mask on yourself before you put it on the person next to you. Like you got to take care of yourself. You will be no good to anybody in your communities if you are not performing at your best. And I don't mean like 100% capacity, A++, awesome on top of everything all the time either. I mean like you are able to focus and give your best, whatever that may be, every day to what you are doing. Like that is what you should expect from yourself. And yeah, I hope that's helpful. I see you're posting a lot. Sending you love. All the good jujus and energies and stuff as you get into this career. And thank you also for supporting my channel. So yeah. Ooh, let's see. I should scroll up because I think I had one last question. I am going to quickly, before getting into that, check the rest of the chat. Oh, hey, Jade. You got this. You got this. And X, I'm glad you found it helpful. We're all rooting for you. Your people are out there, even if they're not the people you're currently with. And in the meantime, you got us. Okay. Yes. So the last question of the night before I call it a night and probably try to give my cats flea medicine is from Helena. Will I make real friends in my Lolita calm? Social anxiety. The social anxiety is real. This feels so topical for me too. Because of the Metamorphose fashion show, I was like, I'm going to make all these friends. And then I was super focused on like trying to get through the experience and like do my best in being a meta model that I like basically didn't talk to anybody. And the few people I did talk to expressed to me that they were like fans of the channel and felt awkward about talking to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, has being a public Lolita figure made it harder for me to make friends? This is awful. Anyway, it was a good time. Looks like I've got a bot in the chat. Hello, bot. That's a bot. That's all. That's very botty. If anyone could report that for me, that'd be great. All right. Let's see, though. Helena, let's hope. Is it Helena or Helena? I'm going with the name of the song. Let's see what the cards have to say about your experience with Lolitas. You know, I know so many people who've made lifelong friendships in this fashion, and they're just you know, super duper close with people because of the fashion. I haven't found that to be the case. I've been trying to make my friends into Lolitas instead of making Lolitas as friends, because that's just what's been working for me. Let's see. Gotta move my microphone. I think your card's all the way over here. Huh. All right. We got the Knight of Cups for you. Not sure who this queen is either. Love the look. Feels very familiar. Was it Ellie Diamond? I don't know. Nine of Cups. Upright. Let's go. See what Betty Tarot has to say about this. The Knight of Cups. Upright, the Knight of Cups represents creativity, romance, charm, imagination, and beauty. In reverse, it is an overactive imagination, unrealistic, jealous, and moody. That can apply to some Lolitas I know, but that is not what we are talking about here, so that's good. Man, is this a religious bot? What is this? I'm gonna block them. All right. Sorry to anybody that just got bombarded by this bot. I have no idea what is going on there, but the second somebody starts quoting Bible verses to me, if they're from the Old Testament, I ain't listening. And if they are from the Old Testament, I'm gonna be like, you took that out of context, bro. Yeah, no. Keep your Jesus off my tarot. Okay. The Knight of Cups upright, as it pertains to making friends in Lolita. The Knight of Cups is the classic romantic of the tarot deck. He's in touch with his intuition and emotions, and he uses them to masterfully charm and attract others. He shows compassion and understanding towards others because he has learned to understand his own feelings and emotions. The Knight is kind, caring, very in touch with his feminine side. Girl, yes. He might be found writing a romantic poem to his lover, creating art inspired by his innermost feelings, or appreciating a vibrant sunset with a glass of champagne in his hand. His heart is wide open, and he wears it on his sleeve. He shares his love freely with others without constraint and without worry. He is love with love itself. When the Knight of Cups appears in a tarot reading, you thrive on all things beautiful and inspired by the many creative outlets available to you. This sounds super relevant. While the Page of Cups was inspired by an imaginative idea, the Knight of Cups is motivated by action. You have dreamed about what it is you want to create and are now moving forward with this dream to make it a reality. It may be an art project or something you feel called to do based on your emotions, imagination, or intuition. Be open to exploring your passions and your big ideas. You may find yourself drawn to a particular passion or hobby. Now is the time to turn it into something. While you are in no hurry to reach the finish line, keep in mind that true imagination feeds on action. If you do nothing with your dreams, they will remain just that, dreams and not reality. All of the Knights of the Tarot are on a mission, and this Knight's is humanitarianism, romance, altruism, compassion, and beauty. You have a vision of harmony and are ready to bring it into a reality. You are led by your heart and want to see peace for everyone involved. When it comes to making decisions, the Knight of Cups is ruled by his emotions and his heart. When this card arrives in a tarot reading, you are making decisions based on how you feel about a situation rather than what you think, even if others can't make sense of what you are doing and why. Your intuition guides you in everything you do. Follow that intuition. Ho-ho. I think this card is saying that you are going to be the center of a group of friends. And I'll tell you why. This card, the fact that it's upright and everything, makes me think that this is basically about you. You love the feminine, creative aspects of Lolita fashion. And if your goal that you're setting out for, as this card is describing, is to make real, true friends, sharing your love of the fashion will lead you to that. It also says that this is a card of action, though. So that means you can't just sit around and wait for those friends to come to you. You need to actively take a part in making those friends. So that means, you know, go out into the world, meet people, try to get to know them, share this love of Lolita with them, and find other things that you love in common. This card is also super creatively focused. So that could lean in like a collaborative area, you know? If I'd gotten this card at this moment in time, I would start a YouTube channel. You know? Like that was my solution to finding ways to connect with other Lolitas. I think, you know, if you are a socially anxious person, there is a good chance that that is not right for you. It's not always right for me. I'm trying really hard to like put myself out there, though. This for me is like practice for when I get into wrestling. So that's what I'm subjecting myself to, a subscriber count and bots. Anyway, the important thing is that Lolita communities are intended to be a safe space, right? If you go into a Lolita-focused space, like a meetup, a convention, tea party, or even just like a Discord server, something online, and you are genuine and you are kind and compassionate and passionate about what it is we all share in common, this love of this fashion, that is what is going to lead you to friendships. And it may take time, may take a couple tries, but this card tells me it is out there for you. Like just keep at it. You are on the right track. You are more charismatic and and interesting and inspiring to others than you may think. And you may feel socially awkward and lack confidence, but just know that not everybody else sees you that way. So you got this. And I'll be one of your friends if you want. I like making friends through YouTube. Let's be friends. All right. I'm going to catch up with the rest of chat, and then I'm going to do my sign off, and then I'm going to call it a night. So I have officially been streaming for 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah, this tarot bot really disagrees with my life choices. Also, bold of you to assume these cards were made in China. I actually don't know. Does it even say? I know that it shipped from the UK. Anyway. To each their own. Live and let live. Namaste the heck away from me. Bot. Helena. If you think that they're tolerating you more than they are accepting you, that's your like anxiety brain talking. Don't listen to that. It's hard, and I feel this too. I feel this too, especially in Lolita situations. You can feel like you are alone in a room full of people who want nothing to do with you and don't notice you and don't care. But you are part of the community. It is important that you are there. And if you are sharing your creativity with the group and they're responding well to that, just take that at face value. Like, what do they have to gain from lying to you? Nothing. So anything nice they tell you, just try to accept it. Try to accept it. Yay, let's be friends. All right. I think we'll call it a night. I cannot get over this Tarot Destroyer bot. What a wild way to end the night. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. I know that our viewer count has been kind of all over the place, but if you've been here for 1 minute or 20 minutes or 2 hours with me, I really do appreciate you hanging out. If you didn't get a chance to ask your questions and have them answered, I do apologize for that. I should figure out a way to structure this so that it's a little more clear cut and that I'm not just sitting there trying to pull things out my butt, and that I've actually got, expectations that y'all can fall back on. But yeah, if this was a success and you'd like to see me do more of this stuff, please do leave a comment on the replay. First of all, YouTube's algorithm loves that stuff. Second of all, it helps me know, in case I miss anything in the chat, that there is a positive response out there. And yeah, hopefully we can do this again sometime soon, but not for too long because I do want my rib to heal so I can go back to wrestling class. Anyway, thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for joining me in this and just kind of like feeding into the spooky wooky vibes of it all. Also, shout out to Moss Badger for making this awesome dress that I haven't even showed on camera. My name is Elivira. I am a 6 foot tall, plus size, and small Lolita. I have to do that every time. It is my brand. I love you all. Have a great night or day if it's daytime where you are. And yeah, catch you later. Thanks again. Bye.